The Solomon Islands comprise of a double chain of 7 large islands and more than 30 smaller islands, located just east of Papua New Guinea. The islands were named by the Spanish navigator Alvaro de Mendaña in 1568, who claimed that he had found the riches of King Solomon, or the biblical land of gold. As it stands, more than 70% of the Solomon Islands remain a tropical rainforest. There are some stories that have surfaced since the Second World War from the Solomon Islands. Tales of Japanese forces that indicate they perhaps had more to deal with in the jungle besides the terrain and allied forces. While traversing the islands and numerous remote rainforests, the soldiers often reported coming across giant hairy beings ranging from 10 to 15 feet tall, covered in long brown to reddish brown hair, with prominent brows, flat noses, and wide mouths. The creatures had immense arms and were known on occasion to even brandish crude weapons, such as clubs. It was reported that the giants were known to be quite aggressive and attacked on occasion. Several units described these terrifying beasts crashing through the foliage to ravage squads of soldiers, or snapping apart trees and branches in threatening displays of power. Bullets were said to have little effect on them, and soldiers would on many occasions be kept awake by inhumane wailing from the dark as the strange beings wandered in the night. One of the first people to ever research the Solomon Island giants was Marius Boyrayon, the researcher director of the Solomon Island Anthropological Expedition Trust Board. One of the most intriguing sightings was on Guadalcanal Island in 1988. Some construction workers were using a bulldozer and it broke down. They realized that the pin that held the blade broke and fell off the machine. Since it was too heavy to move, the construction workers left the blade on the ground overnight. When they went back to the site, the blade was gone, with tracks in the sand showing gigantic human footprints that dragged the blade about 400 feet into the forest. Another story was when a surveyor's car slid off the road. The surveyor then went to a gas station about 2 kilometers away, and when he came back, the car was back on the road, with 2 red-haired animals next to it. When he got closer, the red-haired creatures stood up, and he saw that it was 2 12-foot tall hairy giants that then casually walked back into the forest. Their appearance seems very similar to Bigfoot, but most Bigfoot sightings don't usually account for them being that large. Indeed, the Solomon Islands have a long history of mysterious giants, and the local people are well aware of them. There is a rich tradition and folklore, as well as sightings and footprint evidence of giant hairy beings on the islands that continue right up to this day.